You swing this big ass mag around. How's it going, brothers and sisters? Hello. So, something happened again. Judging by the thumbnail, you already know. A US submarine sinks an Iranian warship. I need to see this, man. Somebody sent this to me in a link in an email. I can't remember the name, but it had something to do with beef in it. So thank you. My name is Adam. If you don't know that, you probably do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not yet, I'm looking at you, Susan and Stephanie. Subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it if you guys could do that. That would be absolutely beautiful. Today, we're trying to grow. We're growing, but I'm trying to grow more. Hello. I'm very interested to see this. Obviously, you know, this is a serious situation the whole world's in right now. I was flicking through the comments of the last video I put up, and a lot of them were saying, Adam, this ain't going to be a world war. Because for a world war to be at war, for the world to be at war, you know, that there has to be a sense of competition. And I don't really think there is competition. I think pretty much the US military has just went over there and done their thing with Iran so far. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't think excited is the right word. I'm very intrigued to see how this goes down. So let's go.
Another day of missiles and drones crisscrossing the skies of the Middle East as Iran widens its ring of retaliatory fire tonight, threatening to draw our European allies into an escalating fight. A U.S. warship in the Mediterranean shot down an Iranian missile headed for Turkey.
What? Why are they shooting at Turkey? The hell did Turkey do, bro? What are Iran at? Like, have they just woke up in the wrong side of the bed? Or what's going on here? Are they flicking through the list of the countries and be like, hey, you know what, bomb them? What's going on, bro? What the flip are they doing over there? What I was going to say is before, completely different topic, not really. Kieran Stammer. Arsehole.
Which is a member of NATO. And an attack on one NATO member has the potential to trigger a mutual defense pact that brings others into the fight. And the list of nations involved is already a long one. Since Saturday, at least 11 different countries have fended off hundreds of airborne assaults from Iran, suffering dozens of direct hits, including hotels, airports, and embassies. Tonight, the number of U.S. embassies now closed or suspending operations is at 7 in all. And for a fifth day now, commercial air travel is virtually impossible in this region, leaving thousands stranded, often running for shelter while driving up oil and gas prices worldwide.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the whole oil gas price thing. Is that going to have a real effect? I've just spilled water everywhere, man. Didn't even realize it was literally just sitting sideways, water flowing out of it. Is this going to be a real thing? I'm literally asking for advice, by the way. Should I buy oil? Because my heat in my house is from oil. Should I buy some? I feel like I should. Should I do that? Can someone help me, please? Sorry, I seem to have got the cold.
We have it all covered for you once again tonight. Covered for you once worldwide.
I do find this very sad, though, man. I do find this very sad. Seeing little children on the streets with nothing, it breaks my heart, bro.
We have it all covered for you once again tonight with our team of correspondents, including the latest on U.S. evacuation efforts, impacts on the global economy, and new details about what led to the death of those 6 U.S. soldiers in Bahrain. But we begin, as we have nightly, with everything we know about the war. Right now.
There's a literal war going on.
As Iran can clean up debris from the last strike, there's a new one. As the U.S. and Israel say, they are carving up the country, dividing targets by region, and producing what the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth...
Hold on, can I say that again? Oh my goodness. Yo, that just got walloped.
There's a new one. As the U.S. and Israel say, they are carving up the country, dividing targets by region, and producing what the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, today described as death and destruction from the sky all day long.
We're playing for keeps. Our warfighters have maximum authorities granted personally by the president and yours truly.
The U.S. said it had struck or sunk to the bottom of the ocean more than 20 Iranian naval vessels. Among them...
Yo, I feel like there's so much happening. I don't really watch the news, guys. In fact, I don't watch TV at all. The only time I watch TV is when I'm streaming a horror movie whenever I stop working. At the end of the day, at about midnight, I put on a horror movie. I do not watch any sort of Sky News, nothing. So everything I'm seeing right now is for the first time. I have no idea what's going on. That's how I live my life, man. I just live under the rock. I'm the guy. You know when you say, are you living under a rock? I am. I am. Yes. So whenever I see stuff like this, it's for the first time. I also stream on Twitch. If anybody wants to come and join the community we got on there, there's a link in the pinned comment. I would just love to have you. I really would. All right. The US has sunk 20 Iranian naval vessels. A naval vessel is a boat, right? They sunk 20 of them. Holy shit.
This one off the coast of Sri Lanka. Footage released just hours ago showing
Holy!
the moment of impact. A single torpedo launched from an American submarine. The first such sinking of an enemy ship since World War II.
Bro, that thing lifted. You got some hang time. Look at this.
Iranian naval vessels. Among them, this one off the coast of Sri Lanka. Footage released just hours ago showing the moment of impact.
My goodness, that is
A single
crazy.
torpedo launched from an American submarine. The first such sinking of an enemy ship since World War II. Meanwhile, in the skies over Iran, the IDF said...
Didn't he say they've sunk 20 of them, though? But why did he say it's the first one? Hold on a minute.
The U.S. said it had struck or sunk to the bottom of the ocean more than 20 Iranian naval vessels. Among them, this one off the coast of Sri Lanka.
First one of that
Footage
type?
released just hours ago showing the moment of impact.
Jesus.
A single torpedo launched from an American submarine. The first such sinking of an enemy ship since World War II.
That's insane.
Meanwhile, in the skies over Iran, the IDF says an Israeli F-35, in another first, took out an Iranian warplane, as other Israeli jets took aim at Iranian police stations, detention centers, and other parts of its internal police state. The latest sign that the U.S. as other Israeli jets took aim at Iranian police stations, detention centers, and other parts of its internal police state. The latest sign that the U.S. and Israel hope that what bombs can't do from above, the Iranian people will do from the ground. F.E. Defrin is an IDF brigadier general.
We don't have aim to change the regime as military, but we want to shake this horrible terror regime.
Get it done.
The strikes on Iran were so intense that state television announced it would postpone funeral ceremonies for the supreme leader. And Israel warned that a successor with the same ideology as the Ayatollah would also be a, quote, unequivocal target for elimination. Nearly 800 people in Iran have died so far in the U.S.-Israeli strikes, according to the Iranian Red Crescent. But Iran's leaders pledged to continue fighting, launching fresh strikes on Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar, including the largest U.S. base in the region there.
I did ask in the last video, like, do Iran have... I'm going to Google it right now. Iran is not known to currently possess weapons of mass destruction, but I don't think these signed treaties mean shit anymore, man, to be honest. So they don't have nuclear weapons. Because I feel like Iran are the type of maniacs to just let one off just to annoy everyone. You know what I mean? Just not give a shit.
Lebanon deployed a coordinated barrage at Israel today, triggering sirens throughout the country.
Jeez.
Israel, for its part, deepened its counter-assault on Hezbollah in Lebanon, telling residents part of the country to leave immediately. And with Americans trapped in the region, the U.S. government announced plans to evacuate U.S. nationals from multiple countries.
We should not be at this war. I believe it's wrong.
In Washington, Democrats and some Republicans denounced what they fear will be another costly American operation in the Middle East.
How do you avoid this becoming a grinding, long-term death trap for both Israel and America?
Well, again, let me start by explaining that, you know, Iran is posing a threat not only for Israel, the region, it's also the entire world.
But the reason I ask this question in this way is because from an American perspective, we look at wars in the Middle East and we think of Iraq and Afghanistan. It becomes a quagmire, a swamp where people go, die, and nothing changes. How do you avoid that here?
I totally understand you. Iran is producing missiles. They already hit Cyprus. They have blood on their American blood on their hands. They are a problem of the world.
Can Iran shoot me with a missile right now if they wanted to? I can just say, I'm sitting in here right now. Could Iran hit Northern Ireland right now with a missile if they really wanted to do that? Just hit one button. Hey, I don't like that YouTuber. I'm gonna blow his garage up. Could they do that? Am I in danger? Should I move? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listen, man, I always say I try to make light of any situation. I always have. But there are times when you got to be serious, man, and this is a serious situation. So I honestly hope it gets resolved so quick, bro, because it's a terrifying thing. No one wins a war. You know what I mean? Nobody wins war. War never changes. Famous quote from Fallout. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty insane to see. Good God. Getting absolutely walloped by a torpedo. an Iranian warship lifted out of the ocean like a rowboat. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and have my dinner. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay positive. Be yourself. Have fun.